Imagine a scenario where you wake up every day with the feeling that no matter how hard you try, life doesn't seem to move forward. Bills pile up, dreams seem increasingly distant, and the inevitable question arises, why does it seem so difficult to achieve the abundance I desire? You are not alone. Millions of people around the world live with this same frustration, feeling trapped in an endless cycle of scarcity. Now, what if I told you that the solution to this dilemma is not out there, but within you? More specifically, in the way your mind works. Modern science, especially neuroscience, has made fascinating discoveries that connect our thought patterns to the reality we experience. This is not just an abstract idea. It is a truth supported by studies and transformative experiences. Dr. Joe Dispenza, author of The Power of the Subconscious, states that our thoughts create our feelings, which in turn shape our actions and results. In other words, what you deeply believe about yourself and the world directly influences your ability to manifest prosperity. But if this is true, why do so many people still live on autopilot, repeating the same patterns that keep them away from the life they desire? The answer lies in the subconscious. This powerful part of the mind functions like a silent programmer, guiding your actions without you realizing it. If your internal programming has been shaped by limiting beliefs, such as money is hard to earn, or I am not good enough, you will continue to attract situations that reinforce these ideas. It is a vicious cycle that neuroscience now teaches us to break. But before we move forward, I want to extend a special invitation. You are about to embark on a journey that can transform your life forever. Subscribe now to the Vibrating Prosperity channel and activate notifications. This is the space where we explore together ways to attract abundance and create a reality aligned with your desires. Don't miss the opportunity to learn practical tools that have already impacted the lives of thousands of people. And now get ready, because in the first chapter we will dive deep into the concept of abundance and discover how modern science is finally deciphering the mysteries of the human mind. After all, if you could understand the key to unlocking prosperity, what would change in your life? When we begin to understand the concept of abundance, we realize that it goes far beyond the simple idea of having more money or material possessions. Abundance is a state of mind, a perception that there is enough, more than enough, available for all of us. This vision, although inspiring, often seems distant, especially when we are stuck in beliefs that make us see the world as a place of scarcity and competition. Scientists have shown that these limiting beliefs are not just abstract ideas, but real patterns stored in our brains. Studies in neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reconfigure itself over time, reveal that our repetitive thoughts create neural connections that become mental habits. If you grew up hearing phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "Life is a constant struggle," it is likely that these messages have shaped your internal patterns, leading you to choices that perpetuate scarcity. Joe Dispenza explains that the brain does not distinguish between a lived experience and one imagined with clarity. This means that when you continuously focus on thoughts of worry or failure, your body responds as if these situations were real, flooding you with stress hormones and reinforcing feelings of inadequacy. It is a vicious cycle. But at the same time, this discovery brings powerful hope. If you can train your mind to believe in scarcity, you can also train it to recognize and attract abundance. Changing this dynamic begins with something simple, but profoundly transformative: awareness. Observing your thoughts, identifying negative patterns, and questioning their origins is the first step to creating space for new possibilities. Think about how many times you have limited yourself because you believed it wasn't for you, or that you didn't have enough. What if that wasn't the truth? What if, in reality, you are surrounded by opportunities that you have not yet learned to see. This reflection opens the door to exploring how we can use the power of the mind intentionally, allowing it to become an ally in the manifestation process. Modern science not only confirms that this is possible, but also offers practical tools to reconfigure our thoughts and transform our relationship with reality. When we look at the history of great thinkers and authors, we find a constant, the belief that our thoughts play a central role in creating reality. Napoleon Hill, in his classic Think and Grow Rich, emphasizes that burning desire and consistent visualization are the foundation for manifesting wealth. He narrates real stories of people who achieved the impossible because they learned to align their mindset with their goals. This is not a coincidence, it is applied science. Louise Hay, a pioneer in the self-help field, reinforces the importance of replacing limiting thoughts with positive affirmations. In her book, You Can Heal Your Life, she shares inspiring examples of people who transformed their health, relationships, and finances simply by reprogramming their minds. This makes us reflect. How many times do we repeat negative phrases without realizing that we are giving them power? Louise reminds us that by changing our internal narrative, we also change external results. These concepts are supported by discoveries. In modern neuroscience, research shows that practices such as repeating positive affirmations activate specific parts of the brain associated with reward and motivation. Just as the body responds to regular physical exercise, the brain reacts to consistent mental patterns, strengthening the circuits that support our goals. It is not a matter of thinking positively in a superficial way. It is about training the brain to see and seize opportunities. The connection between spirituality and science becomes even clearer when we analyze the work of Catherine Ponder, author of The Prosperity Bible. She argues that abundance is a divine right, accessible to all who learn to harmonize their intentions with the universe. This echoes the teachings of Abraham Hicks, who explained that the law of attraction responds to the vibration we emit, whether of scarcity or abundance. When we align our energy with our desires, the universe conspires in our favor. This understanding leads us to an essential question. If great masters and scientists agree on the fundamental role of the mind in creating reality, why do many still find it difficult to apply these principles? The answer lies in consistent practice. Like any skill, reprogramming the mind requires time, dedication, and above all, persistence. The next step is to explore how we can adopt daily practices that transform this knowledge into action. Practicing mental transformation doesn't just mean thinking differently, but creating an internal environment that supports and amplifies your intentions. Neuroscience shows that our mind is like a garden. What we cultivate flourishes. If we feed thoughts of doubt and fear, that is what will grow. On the other hand, when we plant seeds of confidence and abundance, our brain reorganizes to reinforce these beliefs. Dr. Wayne Dyer, in The Art of Living, emphasizes the importance of being mindful of the energy we emit. He proposes that everything we desire is already available, but it is up to us to align with it. A powerful example comes from his personal experience, where he recounts how overcoming limiting beliefs helped him completely transform his life, achieving not only material success, but also a state of peace and purpose. Another essential element is the practice of creative visualization, highlighted by authors like Charles Haanel in The Master Key System. He describes how the human mind is capable of projecting mental images so vivid that the subconscious acts to make them a reality. Recent studies in neuroscience confirm this, showing that visualization activates the same areas of the brain that are stimulated during actual action. In other words, when you visualize your goals clearly, you are training your brain to act in congruence with them. Earl Nightingale, known as the father of personal development, encapsulated this idea in his famous phrase, "We become what we think about most of the time." This principle has been tested by countless people, such as Olympic athletes who use visualization to improve performance, or entrepreneurs who mentally envision achievements before acting. Science shows us that this process is not just psychological, it is physical, with real changes in the brain creating new pathways to success. Now, it is important to remember that these practices are not magical solutions, but tools that require consistency. Louise Hay used to say, "Every thought we think is creating our future." This invites us to reflect on the type of future we are creating now. Imagine if, instead of doubts, you planted thoughts of confidence, gratitude, and prosperity daily. What difference would that make? The answer is in your hands, ready to be explored. But how can you ensure that these practices become a sustainable part of your routine? The journey to this integration begins with small steps, and each one can be the key to opening doors that once seemed locked. Understanding that consistency is key, it becomes clear that integrating transformative practices into your routine doesn't have to be complicated. Joseph Murphy, in The Power of the Subconscious Mind, suggests that small daily actions, such as repeating affirmations before sleep, can have a profound impact. This is because, during the state of relaxation known as the hypnagogic phase, the subconscious is more receptive to positive messages. Imagine starting and ending each day with phrases like, "I am worthy of abundance," or "Prosperity flows easily to me." These simple declarations can rewrite your internal programming over time. Another example comes from the teachings of Abraham Hicks, who emphasized the importance of maintaining a vibration aligned with your desires. They introduce the concept of emotional focus, which suggests that what we feel determines what we attract. This is supported by neuroscience, which explains how positive emotions, such as gratitude and joy, release neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals not only improve our well-being, but also help the brain focus on solutions and opportunities. Dr. Bruce Lipton, in The Biology of Belief, presents a fascinating approach to understanding how our environment, including our thoughts, directly influences our cells. He argues that the subconscious is responsible for up to 95% of our actions, functioning like an autopilot. However, with practices like mindfulness and meditation, we can access and reprogram these deeper areas of the mind. Lipton reinforces that by changing our internal dialogue, we also change the environment in which our cells operate, creating a physical and mental state that favors prosperity. Success stories reinforce these concepts. A striking example is Jonas Saraf, who, by creating a vision board with images of his goals, visualized daily what he wanted to achieve. Years later, he realized that he had manifested exactly the house of his dreams, which was represented on that board. This type of practice, combined with consistent actions, is proof that the balance between intention and effort can bring extraordinary results. As we incorporate these strategies, a question arises: how to maintain enthusiasm and avoid falling back into old habits? The answer lies in building a support system that daily reminds us of our power and purpose. This includes surrounding yourself with like-minded people, consuming inspiring content, and consciously monitoring your thoughts. The next natural step is to understand how to create this system and make it sustainable, ensuring that positive changes are lasting and lead to a life of true abundance. Creating a system that sustains positive changes requires a commitment to daily practice and building an environment that fosters growth. Catherine Ponder, in The Prosperity Bible, highlights that repetition is one of the most powerful forces for reprogramming the mind. She suggests writing specific affirmations about your desires, placing them in visible spots, and reciting them regularly. This simple act keeps your goals in both conscious and subconscious focus, aligning your thoughts with your actions. Meditation, widely promoted by Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now, is also essential in this process. Tolle explains that the present moment is where all creation happens. The practice of being fully present not only reduces mental noise, but also allows you to identify opportunities that might go unnoticed in a distracted state. Science supports this idea, showing that regular meditation strengthens connectivity between the brain areas responsible for planning and emotional control, crucial skills for achieving your goals. Dr. Joe Dispenza goes further by describing how guided meditation can literally reconfigure the brain. He cites cases of people who overcame extreme difficulties, from chronic illnesses to financial failures, by dedicating daily time to visualize the life they desired as if it were already happening. This not only activates new brain circuits, but also helps create a sense of certainty and confidence, critical factors for manifestation. When implementing these practices, it is essential to monitor results and adjust your approach as needed. Earl Nightingale advises in The Strangest Secret that people dedicate 30 days to a simple experiment. Consistently focus on a single goal and observe the changes. He asserts that this practice not only brings clarity, but also helps develop mental discipline, an essential component for sustaining any transformation. Additionally, creating a support network with people who share your vision can be transformative. Dr. Wayne Dyer used to say that to elevate your vibration, you need to surround yourself with positive influences. This can include meditation groups, online forums, or even a friend who shares the same journey. This exchange of energy and experiences reinforces the commitment to growth and keeps motivation high. As these changes consolidate, a deeper understanding emerges. Abundance is not just something to be achieved, but a natural state of being. This perspective redefines how you see the world and your relationship with it, preparing you to live with purpose, gratitude, and prosperity. When we reflect on everything that has been explored, a clear message emerges: you are the creator of your reality. Science and spirituality converge to show us that by reprogramming our minds, we can break free from the limiting patterns that bind us to scarcity and embrace the abundance that has always been within our reach. Joseph Murphy reminds us that the subconscious is a powerful tool that works tirelessly to manifest what we deeply believe in. Napoleon Hill reinforces that clarity of purpose and persistence are the pillars for transforming dreams into real achievements. These lessons, combined with the teachings of authors like Catherine Ponder and Dr. Joe Dispenza, show us that change begins within us. But this journey is about more than acquiring material goods or achieving goals. It is about recognizing that abundance is a reflection of who we are inside. Eckhart Tolle teaches us that living in the present frees us from anxiety about the future and the weight of the past, allowing us to experience fullness now. When we align with this truth, prosperity naturally flows in all aspects of our lives. However, transformation does not happen in a single step. It is a continuous process. The daily commitment to practices such as meditation, visualization, and positive affirmations strengthens our minds and prepares our bodies to respond to the opportunities that the universe places in our path. By surrounding yourself with positive influences and constantly seeking knowledge, you build a system that sustains and amplifies your intentions. So, the final question is, what will you do with this knowledge? You can continue repeating the same patterns, or you can take the first step to become the best version of yourself. The choice is in your hands, and the time to act is now. If you enjoyed this video and want to know more, we have a special gift in the video description or pinned comment. Subscribe to the Vibrating Prosperity channel, like this video, and share it with someone who needs hope and a kind word. We are together on this rewarding journey of transformation, peace and light to all.